Raglan is free, only in Metro.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Fresh Pet. In Evansville, Indiana, it is 7-3 Bradley. Purple Aces have not known a lead just yet. A sluggish start. John Sadak, the former Northwestern standout, in Trey Debs. Trey, what stands out to you in this tilt?
Well, I think so far what we've seen from Evansville is a little bit of a lackluster performance offensively in terms of getting to their offense and flow and rhythm. And I really like the way that Bradley's come out with their energy on both ends of the floor. There's been an attention to detail. I feel like, especially on the defensive end, this is a team that's given up 13 threes per game over their last 3. So great start on both ends of the floor for Bradley, even though they haven't been able to get some to go down.
Turnbull, alley-oop, rim rocker, Gabriel Pizzato. His athleticism stands out.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that, as we see an offensive foul there on the screen, he's athletic as they come in the Missouri Valley. And how about this play from Coach Raglan coming out of the timeout, getting a back screen, no help on the backside. It's one of those ones, I think it's a guard-to-guard screen, so between Duke Dean and Jaquan Johnson, probably had to get a switch there.
Foul to Atlason, his first. Tough lead for Pizzato, has been electric of late. David Ragland in his hometown, born and raised here in Evansville, trying to resurrect a once proud program. Comer bumped and fouled. It goes on Johnson, his first.
From the Aces, you're going to see a lot of split actions where you throw that ball to the elbow to a big and 2 guards try to screen each other to get each other open offensively. They do that just as well as anybody in the Valley, and that's the bulk of their offense between that and post-ups for Cuff.
Evansville doesn't shoot free throws well, doesn't go to the line that much, but fouls are 5-1 early. The twisting effort of Cuff rattles free. Turnbull tip taken away by Bradley.
I think Bradley's going to like to play one-on-one on Cuff's post-ups because they have the size, as we see a travel from Montgomery.
Purple Aces with a sub. Guy Tesh, 6'9", redshirt sophomore, subs in. The truth is, Evansville is down a major man. Cam Hafner, whose father is an institutional legend at Evansville, a Hall of Famer at the university. Hafner was a brilliant outside shooter, particularly in league play, and suffered an ugly broken wrist against UIC about a month ago. And we'll get an intentional foul here. Did you think this was intentional?
It looked like a bang-bang play. I mean, you get a cut on the backside, you want to tag. That's what you're taught to do. Looks like the officials are going to go to the monitor to review it. Yeah, Allison might have had an unnecessary push in the back there as Cuff was cutting the post up on that right block.
Well, the Braves are going to sub Christian Davis, it looks like, back in. He had just subbed out, but this will be a second foul on Atlas, and is it intentional? Oh, I don't know. I mean, that just looked like he's hopping in space trying to catch the ball.
Yeah, there was nothing intentional about that. He's doing his defensive assignment off that what's called a chin cut. The big is supposed to help as the guard is fighting through that back screen.
Irvin Wilson, Chance Wallison, John St. Clair, our officiating crew. And it will be just a common foul, but that still means, assuming it's on Atlas, no, they're going to charge it to Dean. So Duke Dean is charged with the foul as his first, so Atlason remains in the game here. Dean has not really been in rhythm. He hasn't been in rhythm during a lot of the slide. He's on the bench right now. Pizzato and Comer have carried the scoring for Evansville. Pizzato stepping back, that's tipped out of bounds by Atlason, 13 to shoot.
That's a good look from Pizzato. Coming off a flare screen. Bradley a little bit late switching over. Hannah does a good job recovering, though, forcing the tough step back contested three.
On the lob, Tesh. Comer, Atlason briefly on him. Opposite Tesh. End-line drive. Down the grain of the lane giveaway. Hanna 3-on-2. Snaps it off. And the whistle. Davis hit. She tried to lay it in.
And that's the attention to detail defensively that Bradley's been missing. The Aces ran a little bit of a Spain action where you get a ball screen from up top and then you have a back screen. Perfectly played defensively where you stop the ball handler, you don't allow the roll, and then you get back on the weak side and force the offensive player, as we see Davis knock down the first one, to put the ball on the floor, and then you force a turnover from Tesh. And that's how you get in rhythm offensively, getting stops, forcing turnovers, and get to the foul line.
Davis, though, misses the free throw. He's been in a rut, 83% of the line on the year. His outside shooting is cratered of late. He's only had 9 points in 60 minutes in his last couple of games. Truthfully, Bradley needs everyone to snap back into it at this point. Preseason favorite in the league, stumbling of late. Comer, contested three, air ball, saved by Cuff. Playground off Montgomery, 5 to shoot.
Great play here by Cuff. Good alertness, and Montgomery tried to catch it. But you can see that the size and athleticism and length of Bradley, which is that, in my opinion, that of a Power 5 team, has really affected the Aces offensively thus far.
Only 5 to shoot. Lob to Comer. Not much window. Has to heave. And a shot clock violation. It seemed rather disjointed. Now, at one point, they did reset the timer incorrectly. There was no possession exchange. I'm not sure if he saw the 20 and then...
Right. Nonetheless, I think Comer's been a little bit too relaxed offensively. He's a guy that plays with multiple paces and tempos, but against this length of Bradley, you have to have a sense of urgency at times offensively.
Ole Johnson driving that shoulder end line. Kick to Atlason, rhythm three. Rainbow!
You can just tell there's no hesitation from Atlason. As you mentioned before, had 6 threes in their last outing. Kind of an out-of-body experience. 28 points, 11 to 15 shooting.
Trying to rally against Belmont, fell just short. He ignited an 8-0 run by himself in the last 90 seconds. Comer leaning, off iron, tip try falls awry. They wanted to count it. Johnson show and shake. Contested by Cuff, short. He got the block. Snap it forward to Comer. Right at Davis. Lays it in.
How about that defensive effort from Cuff? You got Jaquan Johnson, who's like a running back coming straight at you. Great job of Cuff staying in front and playing vertical and forcing the tough shot to get out in transition.
Timothy Vandernap getting some time to shine. Ryan Wardle going very deep in the early stage.
Great outlet pass, and Comer, who struggled a little bit here early on, sees one go through the rim.
That's what Comer did last time out against SIU. He's averaging 18.5 a game in league action, second best in the Valley. And the foul went to Hughes, his first. Falling away, Montgomery. He hasn't been shy, Tesh hasn't. And that's part of what Brian Wardle wants, right? He wants them to be stepping into confident shots.
I think Montgomery's a guy who shoots 68% on isolation post-ups. So that's a good play. Created enough separation.
Comer, though, has not really been in rhythm with some of his looks. All touch passing. This is vintage Bradley. But the three ball's not there. That's something that David Ragland spoke about when you asked him about concerns of the game. Bradley's ability to two-snap passes, get up the floor, put up a three. Oh, good dump, Pizzotto. Kick corner, Tesh. Blow it off. He's going to go on Pizzotto as his first. We'll step aside.
What would you pay for an iPad Pro? I only paid $42 on Deal Dash.
DealDash.com. Online auction since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. And this smart charcoal grill sold for $16. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20. Deals like these and many more happen in the thousands of daily auctions on DealDash.com. All auctions start at $0. And remember, everything must go.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
I got this barbecue smoker for 26 bucks.
And you get a 90-day money-back guarantee with your first purchase.
This brand new iPhone sold for less than $42. And this DJI drone sold for less than $21.
And I got it for 16 bucks on Deal Dash.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
There are auctions going on right now. So what are you waiting for?
Yours to layer. Yours to make your own. Jewelry you'll love. Goriana. Find us in-store and online.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Freshpet. It's not dog food, it's food food. By State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
Evansville, five-time national champs in Division II, then labeled the college division. 11-7, the Bradley lead. Now, Bradley has won titles in the Valley under Brian Wardle, but they have lost 3 straight games in conference play for the first time in 3 years. And after they lost to Belmont, Wardle said, I told them it's got to hurt a lot. It's got to burn. If you think you can just run away from this and run home, run to family, it's going to be better tomorrow, it's not going to be. We have to search internally. You got to find your confidence in the gym now. We've been trying the last 3 to 4 days. We got to get some guys going.
Yeah, I mean, this is a life lesson for these young men because, I mean, there's adversity, you know, through the course of their lives as they move past basketball. And so, you know, this is just a test for these young men, a lot of seniors. And so it's a matter of just working and making sure that you're doing everything in your power to put a good product on the floor.
Jonovich puts it in. Dean gave him the ball. It's Dean's first time on the floor in a little bit. He had a long breather. And it's something that Brian Wardle expanded on, right? He said, we haven't won a title without adversity. Send it the other way. The frustration showing there by Berridge. Yeah, they won back-to-back Valley tournament titles. They won the regular season crown.
Don't let him bully you.
And he said normally that would come in December, but he's glad it's here now and not in March.
Yeah, you have to go through some sort of adversity because that's where you find out who you are. Because when you get into the Arch Madness, and there's going to be possessions where you have adversity, you have to know how to come together as a group. As we see Luke Dean get his shot blocked off the backboard.
Turnbull, a dynamic shot blocker. Pizzato trying to force it to Turnbull, kick ball. He leads the Valley with now 46 swatted shots.
Yeah, but over his last 9 games, averaging 2.5 per, and Luke Dean tries to go with the same foot, same hand finish, but Turnbull is just so good at timing it up defensively. And Luke Dean, he's a great jump shooter, but only 7 of 24 in the painted area this season.
Pizzato wants the ball. Wills himself toward the rim. Followed by Tash. Just short. And somehow won by the Purple Aces. They could reset. Alley-oop try disrupted by Jonovich. Montgomery snaps to Jonovic. Rejected by Pizzato, a foul. That'll be his second. And he is trying to get his team fired up. He's huddling them up, but he just picked up a big foul.
Yeah, you look at the stats for Evansville. 3 of 17 from the field. 0 of 7 from 3. Now one of your best guys picks up his second foul. It's definitely danger zone for the Aces.
I mean, they're woefully thin as it is.
Yeah.
He's a freshman. Do you leave him in?
I don't think. It looks like Homer's going to come in for him.
Get ready for another epic round of UEFA Champions League, the first leg of the knockout phase playoffs. Coverage of European football's most coveted competition begins at 2 Eastern Tuesday right here on CBS Sports Network. Stream every match live on Paramount+. And a tie up here. A jump ball sent it the other way.
And that's where the leadership for the Aces, I mean, be shooting 3 of 17, 0 of 7 from 3. To only be down 7 to the preseason favorites. I mean, you can turn the tides a little bit. Definitely make a difference. I mean, there's obviously a lot of games he plays. We see Cuff as a post up here.
Against the longer, larger Hannah, given the isolation, Cuff has to poke it to Comer. 10 to shoot. Hawed at by Hannah. Great lead to Cuff. Reverse try. He gets knocked down. Power play for the Braves. Montgomery hits Hannah. Dean begging for the ball, weak side. Jonovic right at the cup. It is not pretty right now, Trey. Evansville 3 of 18 shooting, 17%.
If Comer doesn't have it going, as you see another loose ball.
And it'll be bonus time here.
How about Jonovic here? Patient as the double team comes, had the mismatch. Did a good job of attacking baseline away from the trap and finishing on the other side of the basket.
Well, the foul to Montgomery is his second, so might he have to sit, and bonus time arrives. Tesh just 5 of 7 at the line, hasn't been there much. They are last in the Valley in free throws tried and made per game. They're second worst in free throw shooting at 68%, and an ugly miss on the front end of a 1-and-1.
I think for the Ace, you got to put the ball in Comer's hands in a high ball screen and let him make a play.
Hannah, elbow J, miss. Cuff has it. Well, to your point, here's Comer. No screen action. Turnbull, the hesitant 3. Is that a good shot?
No, I don't think so. I mean, why not, if Comer, after you pass that ball, come get it back and get a handoff in two-man game.
Now Comer's got his second, so the two most dynamic offensive players for a team devoid of points tonight each have 2. Turnbull, who had a solid showing in limited outside shots in non-league, entered just 3 of 20 from 3 in conference play. So now Dean at the line, who was 50% blind in his left eye, the preseason Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year. He's having a career year at the line, 85%.
And you look at his numbers in league play, only 11.4 per game. He knocks down the first of the 1-and-1. 33% from 3. It started off non-con play, well over 40% from 3s. Definitely struggled as scouting reports have been centered on him.
And that's where, he had a couple of years playing with Connor Hickman, who got poached by Cincinnati. Bradley had faced Cincinnati in the NIT last year, and Hickman provided a nice foil that they could each kind of be a combo guard at times. Comer hits bottom backboard, Turnbull, the jam. That's the first points for the Purple Aces in almost 4 minutes.
I still think that's your best offense. Even though Comer missed it, it provided the help defense for Bradley to come over, and then you can get offensive rebounds.
Offensive foul.
again. Comer getting downhill. Jonovic, a little bit help with the late on the ball screen coverage, which allows Comer to turn the corner, and then because he has to contest, Turnbull is wide alone, open for the slam.
That's a second foul on Jonovic, and Pizzato is back in with 2 fouls. Do you like this?
I do. I think it's a crucial point of this game, so you need those 2 guys. Oh, man.
An ugly turnover. Evansville with more giveaways than made buckets at this point. That's now 6 turnovers and 4 made field goals in 21 tries.
And again, to only be down 9 points. I mean, you got to feel somewhat good if you're Coach Ragland.
Is this a different defense?
Yeah, I think it looks like a little bit of a 1-2-2. They showed this a little bit against SIU and Bradley, or excuse me, Belmont.
Johnson, corner 3. And that's normally such a critical start to what Bradley's offense does. We'll step aside.
Some people call the old El Paso talk show the pre-pregame show.
Nobody calls it that.
Tracy Wilson is live at the pre-pregame show tailgate.
JJ, it's all Buffalo Wings down here. I can't even hold the mic. Look for second half adjustments. They're bringing out the old El Paso Buffalo chicken tacos. Back to you.
Ref, throw the flag. Thank you. Can I get a drink around here?
Why do 80% of NFL players choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Because the higher my sleep IQ score, the better I play. But that's not the only reason.
He likes his side firm. I like my side soft.
Sleep Number does that. Effortless comfort all night. So sleeping on a smart bed is why you can play like this?
Yeah, because I also like to sleep cool.
And I like to sleep even cooler.
And I really like it when we both get what we want.
Sleep Number does that. Introducing the new Sleep Number Climate Cool smart bed. Sleep up to 15 degrees cooler on each side. Visit a Sleep Number store near you.
Okay, we're down by a lot, but he's got a plan.
Geico makes car insurance easy. With the Geico app, you can check your policy on the go and get access to 24/7 claim support.
Get more with Geico.
I told you can't say that in an ad.
What if we said it through interpretive dance?
No.
Got it.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Fresh Pet. Bradley doubling up Evansville, 18-9, 8 to go in the first half. More to come on this Saturday. San Diego State takes on Colorado State next at Fort Collins. Teams began the day tied for third in the Mountain West. This is how the net looks in the Mountain West, coming off a banner campaign a season ago. New Mexico #1 for now, but feels like they volley a lot.
Yeah, this league is as good as they come in the mid-major ranks. I mean, New Mexico, Coach Pitino has that thing rolling. Utah State with Coach Calhoun, his first year at the helm, and obviously got Boise State and San Diego State right behind him.
Rich Waltz, Mike McDonald will be on the call. Tom Wicks producing, a lot of Campbell directing, and there's a Utah State tie in this game. And David Ragland, so take a look at what Evansville has done from deep. They've just been dismal shooting, period. But David Ragland learned a lot from his time at Utah State with Craig Smith. That actually came on the heels of being a finalist for the Evansville job, not getting it. And he says he's better for it, and a lot of what they do today came from those couple of years in the Mountain West.
Yeah, just learning how to revive a program that has had success in the past, but maybe not in the recent past.
3-ball, the first of the game. Josh Hughes drains it. He has as big a home road split as you'll probably find in college basketball. He's much better in this building. Johnson missed for to Turnbull, poked out of bounds. Evansville ball.
Good attack downhill from Comer, and I think that's what you're going to have a steady diet of, is putting the ball probably in your best offensive player's hands and letting him make plays for himself and others.
Purple Aces down as many as 11, having a dismal shooting day. Turnbull hit and fouled by Atlason. That's going to be his second. So now Atlason, Montgomery, and Jonovich, two of Bradley's best bigs, have foul trouble.
And Bradley's struggling with Comer in the high ball screen situation. Comer just hasn't been able to convert. He's been able to get into the painted area pretty much at will. And I thought on that one, he had a floater, elected to lob it up to Turnbull, still resulted in a positive play.
So Turnbull at the line, 72% on the year, 1 of 2 today, and there's another miss. So Jonovich comes back along with Zeke Montgomery. Both of them are reinserted with 2 fouls apiece. Comer and Pizzato are playing for Evansville with 2 fouls apiece, but Bradley has more depth.
Yeah, and that's really important, especially if one of those guys picks up a third. You have guys for Bradley that can step in and have had success and confidence on both ends of the floor.
What are we seeing here?
The 1-2-2 press. Try to slow down the tempo and pace of this game.
It's a 6-0 Evansville run to draw within 5. Jonovich screen, Montgomery loses handle, tracks it down, 7 to shoot. Davis dump, Hannah doubled, kick to Davis, got it!
Bradley is 15-3 in his career when he makes 2 or more threes. And good job of kind of making something out of nothing on that possession.
Pizzato bumped. That's going to be Montgomery with his 3rd foul. Immediately, Demarion Birch races to the table to sub in, and this is going to be Birch's first minutes. He only had 8 minutes on the floor, no points last time out against Belmont.
But he's a guy that's had success. I mean, that shows the depth of this Bradley team, and it's a next man up mentality for Coach Wardle's group. He's averaging 6 points per game on the year, shooting 71% from 3. So extremely offensive player when he gets his opportunity.
This is the foul concern as things stand for the Braves. There's major foul concern on both sides. So Evansville now with 15 points is assured it won't have its worst scoring first half of the year, only at 14 at Ohio State back in the season's relative infancy in November.
And I like this look because now, look, at 16 now, they're just getting into their half-court offense. And so a team that's struggling with their confidence a little bit on the offensive end now has to be a little bit more rushed.
Birch drives, kick to Hannah, rattles it in.
Good job by Birch attacking the gaps of the zone. Don't want to settle. You still want to get paint touches and no help side present. Hannah's able to get the finish.
Comer hang and miss. Jonovich has it. Duke Dean. Oh, great eyes. Davis slips in the back door, fed in stride.
Duke Dean's only 5'8", so if you put a little bit of ball pressure as he's coming up the floor, I understand that he's quick, but he's not a guy that can finish downhill. So if you provide a little bit of ball pressure, that pass doesn't happen.
Pizzato's been a little quiet. Hughes. Good idea, has to save it toward Comer, can't handle. Let's take a look at our State Farm player profile. Darius Hannah's tied the program record with his 140th game played tonight. Gene Squeaky Melchior played in the 40s to the 50s, was the #1 overall pick in the NBA draft by the then Baltimore Bullets. Did not play a game, though, in the NBA. And an offensive foul. That's going to be Jonovich. Oh, did Pizzato put a little extra English on that one? That's going to be a 3rd on Bradley starting big. He is the 2nd Brave with 3 fouls.
It looked like on that one, Jonovich set the screen as we see it again, and yeah, he just rolls right into the body. Pizzato, you got to create a little bit of separation after you set that screen as you roll.
And they didn't get a sub in here, so he's playing with 3 fouls. Don't you go right at him?
Oh, sure.
Comer into the paint, kick. Turnbull for 3. No. Won by Birch. But Corey Thomas is ready to sub in. Dean on high, got it.
And that is his game. Duke Dean, most of his points come off pull-up jump shots. He averages almost 7 per game on the season, which is top 12 in the country.
That's his first made basket of the game. Pizzato just got knocked down to the floor against Birch. Comer on the drive, loses handle. Jonovic has it. Dean. Woof. Jonovic travel. You can feel Dean, though, springing to life with it.
Got a little bit of pep in his step. He's coming down in transition, little and one flashy pass there. I love it.
So Bradley has to get noticeably smaller. Corey Thomas is 6'10", but he's 210. They don't nearly have the strength, the heft on the block right now. Pizzato. 3-time Rookie of the Week in the Valley. Somehow keeping his balance, then falls down. Whistle comes. That was under hard duress. Well, Birch has his first. It's a foul fest. Bradley cruising in Evansville.
Thinking of updating my kitchen? Yeah. Yes. This year, we are finally updating our kitchen. Doing subway tile and an ivory or eggshell. Cream, maybe bone. Don't get me started on quartz. Big island. You ever heard of a waterfall counter?
For everyone who talks about doing that thing,
over there,
but never does that thing,
sweet little breakfast nook.
Chase has financial guidance.
See how you can start saving to make this happen.
Really?
Really?
Really.
At home or in
You
person.
could also check out a Chase Money Skills workshop.
That's guidance from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
All right, trainees, let's say Glenn is a customer. What do?
We help with car, home,
Both.
RV coverage.
Great, apply coverages. Because you never know what life is going to surprise you with at 90 miles per hour.
I felt that.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
I told you can't say that in an ad.
This isn't an ad.
Oh, this is an ad.
What?
Why do 80% of NFL players choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Because the higher my sleep IQ score, the better I play. But that's not the only reason.
He likes his side firm. I like my side soft.
Sleep Number does that. Effortless comfort all night. So sleeping on a smart bed is why you can play like this?
Yeah, because I also like to sleep cool.
And I like to sleep even cooler.
And I really like it when we both get what we want.
Sleep Number does that. Introducing the new Sleep Number Climate Cool smart bed. Sleep up to 15 degrees cooler on each side. Visit a Sleep Number store near you.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Fresh Pet. Bradley starting to knock down some threes, expanding its lead, a 7-0 run on Evansville. Headed your way, AT&T at the half. Brett Stover, Chris Walker, Roy Hibbert, John Rothstein bring you the latest news, notes, stats, and highlights. Head your way, AT&T at the half. Well, this is a matchup of the best outside shooting team in the Valley, second best in the country in Bradley, and the team dead last in the Valley in Evansville, and that's pretty much the game right now. Bradley's 4 of 10, Evansville is 1 of 10 from 3.
Yeah, I mean, how about for Bradley offensively? 10 made field goals, 8 of those assisted, so there's energy in the basketball. They're moving it, sharing it, and then when it's their opportunity, they're aggressive and assertive and either catch and shoot or driving it to the basket. And so 10 of 21 for the field for Bradley, and then for Evansville, it just seems like they've gotten to the painted area a ton, but just haven't been able to convert. It's either been turnovers or missed layups. 5 of 24 from the field.
Pizzato converts at the line. His last 4 games, averaging over 21 a game, over 50% from the field, 90 at the line. His head coach, David Ragland, praised his maturity, his passion, and confessed that, yeah, he's ahead of schedule. They knew he was good, but they did not recognize he could be this good this fast.
And he missed 8 games with a lower back injury as well, and took him some time. He only averaged 8 the first 2 after that, as we see him get a hand on the ball.
And then a foul. That's going to be his 3rd personal. He's got to sit.
The foul on the is 0. Ariel Pizzato, that's his 3rd personal.
Good hustle. It's kind of a bang-bang play there. It's one of those ones Bradley's going to get the loose ball. Why not let Burge pick it up and play on? And it was technically a foul.
So now it's Comer who takes his spot, who's playing with 2 himself. There's major foul concern on both sides, but I feel like it's cresting dramatically for Evansville because they're so thin. Burge converts. It's been bonus for some time. So it's double bonus in Evansville's favor. There are 8 fouls against the Purple Aces. Be one more chance at 1-1 the other end.
Yeah, 1-2-2 look from Bradley here.
Comer able to race across. Hughes wanted a corner. Turnbull, who spent a lot of time behind the arc. Comer, aggressive drive, has it disrupted, and there's another foul.
Yeah, I think if you're the Aces, with Rosado out of the game, almost every possession here has to end with a Comer ball screen. Because again, I mean, Bradley has not done a good job of keeping Comer out of the painted area. They've mixed up their ball screen coverage a little bit. On that one, it was a quick show and back to the big. And Comer, as you see him miss the first one, has been able to get to the painted area. Just hasn't been able to convert on a lot of those finishes.
Now that last foul went to Dean, so he's got 2. He'll sub out. And it's Jaquan Johnson who takes his spot.
I think looking at Comer and his performance in the first half, 1 of 9. There's been a lot of opportunities he misses the second one, where I feel like he could have used his size to maybe shoot a mid-range 10-foot jump shot with a slight fade versus trying to go in there and force it against a big.
And we'll get another foul. That'll be Berridge with his second. Well, and to your point, so Comer's gets to the line a lot. 4th most free throw attempts he makes in the battle. That last trip was his first time to the line in a game that has seen a ridiculous flurry of fouls on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, 24 free throw attempts in the last 3 games for Comer, but you have to understand who you're going up against in your opponent. And Bradley has a ton of guys that maybe aren't the best shot blockers, but can contest at the rim. So sometimes it's not the right play to try to go in there and try to force a foul, but instead stop on a dime, maybe around the Valley logo, and get to a mid-range.
There's that pressure again from Bradley as we approach 3 minutes. Dangerous catch. They just get it across and avoid 10 seconds. Tough, great idea. What a feed to Turnbull, and he throws it down.
And he looked off Hughes. It almost looked like he was going to pass it to his right, and a no-look pass. Great play there from Cuff.
Bradley has gotten hot. It's hit its last 4 from the floor. Now nearly 50% from the field on the game. Thomas on the drive, and a foul. That'll be 2 on Hughes.
Beating the press, getting that ball into the middle, and how about that no-look pass to Turnbull? He's looking straight at Hughes and throws it to the left side of the basket for Turnbull to finish.
And now it's double bonus both teams. That was the 10th foul on Evansville. And there's another free throw miss. Purple Aces will make a sub. It looks like Guy Tesh comes in for Hughes. And Hughes is a top 5 scorer on a team that struggles to score, struggles to shoot. And what had been strong defense early, at least by results of Bradley's shots, has fallen away dramatically. And they'll slough off into a half court.
I like
2.5.
that, yeah.
Why do that?
Because the Aces are struggling so much in the half court already. So you don't want to allow Cup to get the ball and let him make plays in the middle like that.
Turnbull. A couple of dunks for Turnbull. And were they showing a different defense in the half court there too?
Yeah, they look like a little bit of a 1-2-2 zone themselves. I think for Bradley, the best defensive look is going man-to-man, but Bradley likes to go zone, and Puff is as good as anybody with his awareness, court vision, and instincts. And There was no hesitation on that catch as he caught that ball in the free throw line and throw it up to the big fella.
Trey, we are now at 24 combined fouls in this first half. The last one went to Tesh as his first. Thomas converts.
I feel like I'm at a practice where you just watch teams go back and forth shooting free throws.
It's funny, one of your observations today was how the shoot-around looked for Bradley.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a day before the game practice. I mean, the intensity, flying around, going full speed. A lot of times teams, for fans at home, they kind of walk through or jog through the sets. It was a full-on, little bit of contact in practice for Bradley today.
Comer plays catch with Cuff, 10 to shoot. Tipped and taken away. Christian Davis, and one. That'll be a second foul on Turnbull, and a chance to pad this ballooning lead.
And the half-court defense for Bradley has just been textbook. As Christian Davis doing a good job playing the gap, not allowing Comer to get downhill, but then getting back out as Comer tries to hit Cuff for the pass and getting his hand and utilizing his length to get into the passing lane. And how about the finish for the and one for Christian Davis?
You knew it was a matter of time for Bradley. And here is a game-high 17-point lead. They don't look 100. They don't look like their best selves, but they look way better than they have in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, these type of games really help you with your confidence. And the best way to do it is the defensive end and getting stops.
And this is how bad it's been. The worst scoring defense in the Valley their last 3 games. It wasn't an outlier sequence. It was 3 games against quality teams that pummeled them.
Yeah, and I think what stands out is, you know, over their last 3 games, to be able to give up 13 threes per game. I mean, that just shows you that there's a lack of fight and intensity, and Coach Wardle talked about just even little things like getting through screens. And I watched film their last game, and it was Duke Dean and Zeke Montgomery who were kind of getting caught up and hung up on screens. And this time of the year, you can't have those lapses.
Birch trying to post up, puts it up and in. And to give you perspective, the Bradley program had not surrendered 80 or more points in 3 straight games in 8 years.
Wow.
Cuff. Side kiss miss. Birch wins it with a minute.
A lot of times Cuffs has the mismatch being a guard, but because this Bradley team is so big,
they're just able to respond physically.
Yeah, I mean Christian Davis stands out about 6'7", and so you can throw Davis, or, you know, Birch also has some good size that can guard Cuff in the post. A lot of teams in the Valley don't have that.
Turnbull's got 10 points to lead Evansville. A lot of dunks. Gets one close here. Timer off. And timer is up. A timeout. Use it or lose it for the Braves. We'll take one as well. Back at 30.
Why do 80% of NFL players choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Because the higher my sleep IQ score, the better I play. But that's not the only reason.
He likes his side firm. I like my side soft.
Sleep Number does that. Effortless comfort all night. So sleeping on a smart bed is why you can play like this?
Yeah, because I also like to sleep cool.
And I like to sleep even cooler.
And I really like it when we both get what we want.
Sleep Number does that. Introducing the new Sleep Number Climate Cool smart bed. Sleep up to 15 degrees cooler on each side. Visit a Sleep Number store near you.
Bradley the big lead during the month of February. CBS Sports celebrates Black history, recognizing its influence on our culture and society. Now, the Braves have the ball out of their call timeout. They use it or lose it by Brian Wardle. Only a 4+ second differential. What do you want here and when? What's your timing?
I think you want to run this thing down as far as you possibly can. If you're Evansville, you want to provide a little bit of ball pressure to see if Bradley will go sooner than they want to, and then you Probably put the ball in Duke Dean's hands, let him make a play off of high ball screen.
Now, Dean just subbed in. Remember, he had the bench with 2 fouls a few minutes ago. He's defended by Comer, who's playing with 2 fouls. Snap opposite. Extra pass. Birch. Good up fake. Steps into it. Got it! That was vintage Bradley. Evansville cannot get the shot off. The biggest advantage of the game is on the board at the break.
What a play from Duke Dean. Refusing the ball screen, going left. And if you're the Aces, I'm forcing him to finish over the top. Don't provide help because that's what they want is kick out threes.
We'll step aside. AT&T at the half. On the other side, it's coming up all Bradley. A dominant showing and a 43-25 edge.
The change maker is somebody who can imagine a better world and then gets to work to make that happen.
A lot of classes you have professors who then lecture. What happens in Change Lab is it's an opportunity for students to take the lead.
It's a passion project someone has, and then the group of students actually come together to problem solve it.
So our world needs a lot of complex thinkers, but we also need a lot of very empathetic and complex doers. And this is the place where it happens.
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head? Comb it over? Wear a hat? Just stop. This isn't 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration experts, can give you your real hair back permanently. Check them out because they're giving away an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card to everyone who scans this QR code. Dude, you don't have to look like your dad because this isn't your dad's hair loss treatment. People all over the country trust Bosley because they're ahead of the curve. They use the latest technology to give you your real hair back. And the best part, Bosley's permanent solution is protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Let them show you for free how awesome your hair could look with an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off. Scan the QR code. Don't wait. Scan the code now and ask about the Bosley Guarantee.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on Deal Dash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
I got this barbecue smoker for 26 bucks.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
This is AT&T at the half. Connecting changes everything.
Welcome in. It's AT&T at the half. Brett Stover with Chris Walker, Roy Hibbert, John Rothstein as well. Bradley began the season 9-1 in conference play. Now trying to put the brakes on a 3-game losing streak that has seen them give up over 85 points per game. But 20 minutes in, they've only given up 25, got an 18-point lead after what was kind of a slow start offensively for both sides.
Yeah, that slow start was pretty bad, but at the same time, they were in the game because of their three-point shooting. They're actually the second best three-point shooting team in the country. So let's take a look at these plays right here. Look at this. Brings 2 to the ball, re-space, and then Atlason, he's going to knock down that 3. Again, they're all in the same corner. Dribble penetration, get to the paint, and then look for an extra pass. Davis is knocking it down. Seems like that same corner right there. Then Dean, he was late to really get going, but he made that shot late. They just need to get some more finishes at the rim, stop fouling so much. I think they have 11 fouls right now, and just get up and down the court, get some more passes, some good assists, and let that 3-ball rain.
Plus 18 on the scoreboard for Bradley, 43-25, shooting 52% first half. Check in on the action in the Valley in a little bit, but first, top 25, third-ranked Alabama on the road against the Arkansas Razorbacks. Coach Cal's guys followed up that win at Rupp Arena, with another road win against Texas Wednesday, while Nate Oates' guys came in winners of 5 in a row. Early start and a good start for the Hogs, John.
Big Z from DJ Wagner, then Chris Youngblood with the drive. Scoop and score, Brent. Good one going on right now at Bud Walton. Grant Nelson with that layup. Bama by 4. Fayetteville.
31-27 at the under 8. Crazy finish. Number 2 Duke and Clemson shot making down the stretch.
It certainly was. Tyrese Proctor with the nice little 3 off one leg. Duke in a challenge. Clemson ball up. Side 67, Dylan Hunter knocks down the triple. They go up 3. It's not over. Cooper Flagg, the All-American, possibly Player of the Year, first pick of the draft, knocks down the triple. That guy's good as advertised. And this guy right here, he does it all. The super senior Trace Hunter gets it done, puts him up, and oh my goodness, you hate to see that happen. The fall, and Duke not able to score after that, and Clemson knocks down free throws. They will lose this game.
And the time has just run out. 77-71 the final. How about Illinois and Minnesota, Roy?
Yeah, Yakachunas, he's about to catch this dribble handoff and get right to the rim with that left-handed layup right there. And then right here, Riley steps into this three-point shot. He'll knock it down. Then Ivisic, you know what? He can do some things too. Look at his footwork with the left-handed push shot. Illinois dominates on the road, 95-74.
All right, elsewhere, top 25. The Bulldogs go against the Bulldogs and steal it by 1, John.
Yeah, a very costly loss for Georgia. Silas Demery dribbling off his foot late in this game. Chris Jans, the dentist, extra Novocaine today in Athens.
Josh Hubbard, 16 points on 7 of 14, 6 assists. 3 rebounds as well. Stay in the SEC next. Massive showdown earlier today between the #1 Tigers and 6th-ranked Florida. Plus, Shaka Smart's guys trying to rebound off the loss to St. John's, but it was not easy when they went on the road against Creighton.
Anybody back there can think?
FanDuel held a shooting contest to promote its new MySpend tool. MySpend makes it easy to view your deposit and bet history all in one place. Because betting without knowing how much you're spending is like shooting in the dark. See the whole picture. Make FanDuel's MySpend tool part of your system and stop shooting in the dark.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island. This season, 4 new bombshells enter the villa. Not them, 4 free 5G phones. They've got the look, they've got the charm, and they're all free at Metro. And connections will be tested when they learn that the 4th line is free. 4 free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G phones and the 4th line free. That's wireless without the gotcha. Only at Metro.
At Ameriprise Financial, we know our clients are so much more than clients. They're go-getters and game changers, legacy leavers and visionaries, healers and confidants. The goals that matter most to you matter most to us. Helping you achieve them is what we do best. With personal financial advice from an advisor you can trust and goal-based investing in solutions, it's no wonder we have a 4.9 out of 5 client satisfaction rating. Ameriprise Financial, advice worth talking about.
Gravity Defier for life. IMS for life.
I told you can't say that in an ad.
What if we said it through interpretive dance?
No.
Got it.
Want to be an engineer, a game designer, a future CEO, or maybe just figure it out as you go? At Bradley, we've got you covered. Hands-on learning? Check. Career connections? Double check. Lifelong friends? Triple check. At BU, you can find the right fit and become whoever you want to be. Be authentic. Be brave. Be curious. And whatever you do, be you. Bradley University. Apply today.
The best team in the Valley and one of the best stories in college basketball. Drake trying to get to 22-2 against Indiana State.
Bennett Sturts is one of the reasons why they have 20 wins already, Brent. Kamani Dowdy gonna knock this down. Sycamore's tie it up, 72-72. Love the theatrics. Meanwhile, Sturt's last-second heave right here. No good. Let's play 5 more in overtime. Meanwhile, Sturt's again, always at the epicenter of things. He is going to miss this shot, but the putback goes up and in. Ben McCollum started from the bottom, now he's here.
22-2, 12-2 in the conference. John, how about Penn Jacobson gets their 10th conference win? Panthers 68-60.
15-year anniversary of when Northern Iowa beat Kansas with Ali Farouk. You know what that means? We're all getting old.
There is that.
Brent, we're looking forward to your 55th birthday.
Oh, wow. Chris is already there.
Oh, wow.
Number 1 Auburn, Chris, speaking of Seawalk. Home for number 6 Florida. The Gators controlled this for most of the afternoon.
It was tight early, though, and Alex Condon, to Walter Clayton Jr. from the 3 from the logo. Here it is, a layup here for Alex Condon. Gets the free throw to knock it down. Florida's hype. They're up 14. Up right here again, Urban, Klopshaw. Oh, my goodness. Got to guard these guys. This is unbelievable what's happening to the number 1 team in the country. Denied boom hits Miles Kelly in the corner for the corner pocket triple to keep the game in balance, but to no avail. Thomas Huff seals it. Florida, 2 number 1s go down this year.
Exactly. They beat number 1 Tennessee earlier in the season, 73-43. And again, second half, they had this thing by double digits virtually the entire final 20.
Well, Bruce Pearl actually talked about, finishing at the rim. And I felt that, Auburn had a hard time finishing at the rim. But at the same time, I don't want to take anything away from Florida. Florida was great. Alex Condon, he was amazing. 17 points, 10 rebounds. 3 of those were offensive. He came down with some really big offensive rebounds down the stretch. He actually out-toughed Auburn, and I love to see it. I love to see it.
Could be a blessing in disguise long-term for Auburn, a way for Bruce Pearl to refocus his team now as we get set, a couple weeks away from March. But we have another team right now in the SEC in Florida that today proved that it could be in a situation where it will make a case for a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. Florida has dominated Tennessee and won at Auburn. That's a resume.
It certainly is, and you're talking about Tennessee and Auburn, 2 teams that are excellent defensive teams. Auburn gives up 16 points a game, gave up 90 at home. Florida is really good.
Gators hit 13 threes, man. When they are on, they are certainly fun to watch. Staying in the SEC, Buzz Williams, Aggies on the road against the Missouri Tigers. Dennis Gates and company. Chris, they came to play in this top 15 showdown, but Wade Taylor IV had 25, a career high last game. Hits a deep 3 here. Clutch shots for him down the stretch.
Yeah, no question about that. Here he is again, just finding his way, weaving and spinning, and putting the shot up and putting them up 1. But you can't count out Dennis Gates' through left. Look at that. Alley-oop up top with a nice little dunk to Tamar Bates. They're up 1. Wade Taylor, that man, mama, he is so good. You got to guard him. Game winner, number 4, gets it done. Buzz Williams, buzzing.
Kentucky had lost 4 of 5, but home against South Carolina trying to get right. Brandon Garrison makes it 28-18, Roy.
Now, Otega Owe, he'll stop, pop from the 3 in transition. We got to get back, though. We have to get back. I want to talk about the big fella, Mari Williams. Look at him catch this pass up, keep the ball high, finish through contact. And 1. Wildcats lead 57-41. And Otega Owe gets the steal, turning defense into offense, get on the break, he will lay it in.
80-57 is the final damage. Big 12, 8th-ranked Iowa State had lost 3 straight, but getting right, John, against TCU.
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson going to carve out space and score. Iowa State putting foot to the gas right away. This 3-point shot made it 32-18. That's Curtis Jones going back to the 6-man role because this guy came back. Milan Momcilovic hasn't played since early January. He's back. Cyclones are excited. Ames is excited. TJ Otzelberger is excited.
Octagon of Doom. K-State trying to make it 5 straight wins, taking on the Jayhawks. Doug McDaniel, 15 points, 11 assists. As a team, they hit 11 threes. As a team, they shot 50%. McDaniel, sensational, high off the window. Wildcats by 14.
Won't you just take the highlight all the way, Brent? I mean, it's unbelievable. You happy your guys got it done? Look, you got to give credit where credit is due. You're beating your rival at home, and they smacked him. And that guy right there, Coleman Hawkins, was playing absolutely unbelievable. Beat him again. Wildcats are surging.
Hawkins 5 blocks, 8 assists. How about Marquette Creighton, Roy?
Oh yeah, Cam Jones going to eat every part of that bucket right at the rim to get that bucket. And Jemiah Neal, they need a three-pointer right there. He drops it right there. And the big man in the middle, he will shoot the three. He's stepping outside the paint. Blue Jays are up 67-63. And Stephen Ashworth open for three. He'll knock it down. Creighton wins 77-67.
11-2 now for them in the Big East after the win. That does it for us. Second half from Evansville coming up after the break.
Thank you for watching AT&T at the Half.
Why do 80% of NFL players choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Because the higher my sleep IQ score, the better I play. But that's not the only reason.
He likes his side firm. I like my side soft.
Sleep Number does that. Effortless comfort all night. So sleeping on a smart bed is why you can play like this?
Yeah, because I also like to sleep cool.
And I like to sleep even cooler.
And I really like it when we both get what we want.
Sleep Number does that. Introducing the new Sleep Number Climate Cool smart bed. Sleep up to 15 degrees cooler on each side. Visit a Sleep Number store near you.
What would you pay for an iPad Pro? I only paid $42 on Deal Dash.
DealDash.com. Online auction since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. And this smart charcoal grill sold for $16. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20. Deals like these and many more happen in the thousands of daily auctions on DealDash.com. All auctions start at $0. And remember, everything must go.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
I got this barbecue smoker for 26 bucks.
And you get a 90-day money-back guarantee with your first purchase.
This brand new iPhone sold for less than $42. And this DJI drone sold for less than $21.
And I got it for 16 bucks on Deal Dash.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
There are auctions going on right now. So what are you waiting for?
We're better together because I can talk about any subject with you.
We laugh so much together. They are my sisters. They celebrate my wins with me.
You make me a stronger woman, a stronger friend, and a stronger sister.
That's why we are better together.
Back in Evansville, may you find a drummer that looks you the way that he does. 43-25, Bradley has the lead here at Ford Center. We're back courtside along with Trey Debs. I'm John Sadak and our CBS Sports crew. The biggest margin of the game is on the board right now, Trey. What did you see?
Well, I think for Evansville, it's been a struggle scoring over the length, size, and athleticism of Bradley. And Bradley, I think, has just done a really good job defensively, focusing attention to detail, game plan, making everything hard for Comer Pizzato, who are combined 2 of 13.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from this first half. Connor Turnbull did his part.
Yeah, the lone bright spot for Evansville, 4 of 7 from the field. Been a beneficiary of a lot of the zone that Bradley has played. But for Bradley, it's been a healthy diet of a little bit of everybody. Darius Hannah got off to a nice start. And then 9 guys for Bradley have scored in this game. And it's been the ball movement, and Hannah's been the beneficiary of a lot of it.
Christian Davis leads the way for the Braves with 9 points, played all but 30 seconds.
Yeah, Christian Davis, 9 points, 3 of 5 from the field. He's got to the foul line, but I really think it's been the defense that has been the standout for Davis, who's done a really good job on Huff, forcing him to be 0 of 3 from the field.
9 turnovers, 8 made buckets for Evansville, which left points at the line. 26 total personal fouls. That will continue to be a concern as those carry over for many individual players, highlighted by 3 for Pizzato.
And how about this? I mean, 15-0 on the bench points, and that's the benefit that Bradley has is when guys get into foul trouble or if they're shooting slumps, they can go to their bench. A guy like Demarion Birch can give you 7 points off the bench, and it's been a great start here and a turnaround, I think, for Bradley in their season.
Evansville, it's been an issue on the year, the scoring leaders in the game. Evansville gets just 9.8 points a game off its bench. That's the 3rd lowest total in the country. Bradley. Jonovich in 3 fouls in the first. Dean has 2 that carry over.
Aces are in this 3-2 matchup zone.
Davis wants it. Weak side, 6 to shoot. Hannah bounces to Davis. Has to put it up. And caught first by Evansville. Well, this is the foul concern. Pizzotto with 3, Montgomery and Jonovich with 3 apiece. And there are many with 2 to boot on each side. Comer with that high screen. Pizzotto rolls off the iron.
Turnbull has to set the screen on that one. He slipped out of there. If they're going to be in a drop coverage with Jonovich, you have to set the screen as the big.
Davis hit. And Evansville trying to huddle up, knowing the immediacy of what's needed to begin the half. Turnbull's got 3.
That was a good take from Davis, kind of probing the lane. Good change of pace, getting to the other side of the basket and draw the foul.
And can Davis get to double digits? And miss. And Davis in the first matchup last year at Bradley at 13 and 5 off the bench. The last time these teams met, though, Evansville beat Bradley, a rarity. It's been 13 of 15 in the series by way of the Braves, an average of 20 points per. He was among the many that struggled for the Braves. That was a loss here in Evansville. Evansville needs buckets, and lots of them. Comer kick. Pizzotto off the fake, just a little short. And Dean's got it. Oh, he played with a fun factor and some swagger to close the half. And a foul, good upfit.
On that previous possession, that was a great job of Jonovich. They ran what's called kind of a zoom action where you get Comer coming off of multiple screens into a handoff. He switched out to Comer as an emergency switch as his defender got caught in the screen, which allowed him to not take the 3 and then have to get downhill, and that led out to the transition take from Montgomery. Those are the things that we did not see, that attention to detail and focus from Bradley on the defensive end in their previous 3 games.
Trey, that's the 4th foul on a Pizzotto. What does that do?
That puts you in a world of trouble. I mean, there's not much else that can be said. I mean, he struggled, but he's a guy that can get going quickly.
Cuff, aggressive drive. Gets the friendly roll at home. Not quite how we drew it up. Dean, the transition triple hits heel. Cuff. The Cuff was the man that David Ragland told you could be an X factor for Evansville. He's trying to provide energy here. Tesh getting some minutes. Turnbull follow, won by Hannah. Dean leaves, Montgomery. Tesh.
Even though Bradley's missed a few of those quick transition 3s, that's their game. That's the tempo that they want to play with. And
Comer stepping back. That's his first made triple of the game, just his 2nd field goal make. He's 2 of 10. Behind Jonovich, Montgomery, pure.
He's so good in the mid-range, shooting almost 50% from that area of the floor.
Oh, explosive take, pretty Euro by Comer. And Davis limping visibly. He seems a little off. Did he tweak something off ball there? Montgomery, Dean wide open.
Beautiful basketball from Duke Dean. You get downhill from a drive, you keep your dribble alive, kick the ball out, relocation 3. It's almost like a Steph Curry play where you get lost in the defense.
Hughes kick, Comer holds. Goes with the screen, stepping back. Jonovich. You can almost feel the exhale from Evansville.
Yep.
A little exasperated. Dean from deep. rims out. Now that's a confident shot.
Yeah, it is. And they've now missed 3 of those, but I think for Coach Wardle, that's the ones you want your guys to continue to take, especially when you're up 20 like this and you feel like you have control of the game. Why not shoot them and see if you can create some offensive rhythm?
Turnbull and 1. That'll be a 4th foul on Jonovic. Those 14 points tie a career high.
How about that step back? Little Allen Iverson reverse between the legs. And then using the body. Euro step from Comer. Turnbull finishing with the inside hand to avoid the defense. And great play there. And the lone bright spot for Evansville with 14 points off 5 of 8 shooting.
He transferred in from Butler, was recruited there by David Ragland. He was the only coach retained as the stewardship switched over to Thad Matta. And he's had himself a career night, 15 points, also 7 rebounds. And here's the pressure again from Evansville, trying to do something to slow down and turn over this Bradley team. And that is a weakness of Bradley, Trey. They are turnover prone, a big part of their 3-game slide.
Yep, 15 turnovers per in their last 3. So if you can make this Bradley team second guess at home, provide some pressure, it could definitely maybe turn this game around.
Atlason partially rejected by Hughes. So cuff on the trot. Michael Day is getting time for Evansville. Deep, hesitant 3. Tesh. Timeout, Bradley.
Another free and acquired. Wardle timeout.
It's Tanner Cuff doing a good job of spinning off the defense, and he finds G. Tesh for the open wing 3. We might have ourselves one here in Evansville.
If you take or have taken Humira for moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis and still have symptoms, you don't have to settle. Ask your gastroenterologist if switching to Rinvoq is right for you. It's one of the latest treatments from the makers of Humira. Rinvoq works differently than Humira and may help. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can deliver rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission, and helps visibly reduce damage of the intestinal lining.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events. Infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Rapid symptom relief and lasting steroid-free remission are possible with Rinvoq. Ask your gastroenterologist if switching to Rinvoq is right for you. You could pay as little as $0 per month.
A Chewy order is on the way for Rue, who can speak for himself, but can't shop for himself. So when he gave his Rue of approval on the food Dad bought on Chewy, Dad put it on autoship. So it always gets delivered right on Rue's schedule. The flavor Rue loves, the savings they love. For automatic delivery and 5% savings, for life with pets, there's Chewy.
All right, trainees, let's say Glenn is a customer. What do?
We help with car, home,
boat,
RV coverage.
Great, apply coverages. Because you never know what life is going to surprise you with at 90 miles per hour.
I felt that.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Oof, stuck paying for that old phone? Don't be. You know, at Verizon, we'll pay off your phone. And you'll get iPhone 16 on us. That's a value of up to $1,600, only on Verizon.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Fresh Pet. Bradley 51, Evansville 38. The Braves showing poise and feel on offense.
And this is a relocation 3 from Duke Dean as he gets a drive and penetration. He's going to come straight back out after he passes his ball off, and Comer's going to be late as we see play on, and he's going to relocate, and Comer kind of stops his momentum as he was trying to get over the ball screen, and Duke Dean was able to convert and make Evansville pay.
Now that said, Evansville has scored 6 unanswered in just 44 seconds. It forced a Bradley call timeout, and this building has a different buzz. There was a contest while we were away, and a made putt converted $10,000 for a fan in the building.
That is incredible.
The whole floor missed it first, the spin and in. Let's see if that changes anything about the on-court basketball play. Feed to Atlason, extra pass Hannah. Touch pass corner, quick load Birch. Do they have something going with the zone?
I think they do. I mean, Bradley's missed some threes here early in the second half, and that's what the zone does. It makes you perimeter oriented. It makes you knock down open threes. See another post up for Cuff.
Battling Birch. Contested, miss, tapped out, Hughes. Remember Pizzato on the bench with 4 fouls. Comer, Yoro hit and fouled by Johnson. That'll be his second. We'll step aside. Purple Aces trying to hang. Bradley hasn't scored in 2.5.
USAA for the military community and their families.
Cut. Sam, I really need to feel that USAA service. Gronkier.
Grunkier. USAA. You could be eligible if your spouse, parent, or even your grandparents served.
That was it. You're in.
As a veteran, I'm already in. You? I wouldn't get your hopes up, son. USAA. Are you eligible?
Nature's Bounty. Your bones are 4 times as strong as concrete. Nature's Bounty supplements your bone health with high absorption magnesium. It's in your nature to stand strong. Nature's Bounty. It's in your nature.
Wouldn't it be great if all Valentine's Day gifts were filled with peanut butter? Well, maybe not all of them. Maybe it's just Reese's that are better.
Some people call the Old El Paso Talk Show the pre-pregame show.
Nobody calls it that.
Tracy Wilson is live at the pre-pregame show tailgate.
JJ, it's all Buffalo Wings down here. I can't even hold the mic. Look for second half adjustments. They're bringing out the Old El Paso Buffalo Chicken Tacos. Back to you.
Ref, throw the flag. Thank you. Can I get a drink around here?
Back in Evansville, 51-38, Braves with the lead. Let's revisit your keys to the game brought to us by Fresh Pet. How they holding up?
Well, Bradley's taking care of the basketball. Only 5 turnovers, and there's been a sense of desperation and playing free. In the second half, they've been unable to convert, and then for Evansville, you know, Bradley's shooting 6 of 16, and the one thing that hasn't been consistent is Comer Pizzato, who are combined 4 of 18.
Outside shooting on the game, strong for Bradley.
Yeah, it's been the extra pass, getting paint touches, mainly through dribble penetration and kickouts. Dookie was able to knock that one out off the ball screen, but Bradley's done a really good job of getting back to their brand of basketball, of sharing it, getting multiple paint touches, ball reversals, and open threes. It's the second best three-point shooting team in the country by percentage.
Trailing only Memphis, but a lot of that damage was done first half. Since the break, they've missed 4 of 5 from 3. Hughes releases and hits, and that feels like a huge triple to draw them within 10.
That's all the pressure now on Bradley. They've already lost 3 in a row. You get a sense of anxiety, I think, if you're a Braves fan right now.
It is a 9-0 Evansville run. Davis corner, Dean wide open. That's happened a few times.
And as a shooter, when you've already hit one from the same spot, it's always easier. You feel more confident.
Great take by Comer, but shot off tip to Bradley. Dean backs it out. Great feed, Hannah. Got his man in the air. That'll be a foul on Michael Day, his first.
Duke Dean does such a good job manipulating the defense as he's pushing the ball in transition. And see it again, this is Duke Dean's open three, which is huge because now it's going to put the Aces in a bind of whether they want to continue in this zone or go to man. But Duke Dean on that last possession kind of changed pace, surveyed the defense, and that puts the Aces in a bind as they're trying to find their mans on rotation, and got the ball to the wing, and then Darius Hannah was wide open.
Well, Dean is the man on the floor with a direct tie to the Super Bowl. His cousin, Morris Claiborne, played 8 years in the NFL, was a Cowboy, a Jet, and he ended things with the Chiefs and got a ring. And they were able to take down the 49ers in Super Bowl 54.
Dean definitely could have been a football player, too, and a little more work in the weight room as a running back or halfback.
Hughes denied the three by Hannah. As it knocked away, 6 to shoot. Tesh, they got to put it up. Comer, 2 seconds, contested three. Shot clock violation.
For the Aces, there's just been so many plays where Bradley has gotten their hands on the ball, where there hasn't been clean catches, and that disrupts the fluidity of the offense.
Well, the staggered pressure trying to slow Bradley a bit. Bradley, one of the most efficient teams in America offensively for several years running. They've hit a run of late. Hannah lurking on that block. Good up fake, kick corner. Atlason knocks it down. His second made triple. Comer against Dean. Stepping back. Swish.
And it's almost a 2-on-1 when you don't have much help off the ball screen, which Atlason on that one didn't provide much help, and that's an easy read for Comer to be aggressive coming off that thing.
Montgomery middle, Atlason stripped. Comer on the run. Cuff, bumped, and fouled. And I believe that'll be number 4 on Montgomery.
It's great execution from Bradley. You get the ball to Hannah in the short corner. He gets a paint touch, and then Comer coming off that thing, utilizing the change of pace and the step back in between the legs to create space.
Now the foul there was given to Dean as his 3rd. Turnbull cuts cup. Comer hit by Johnson. That'll be his 3rd. We'll step aside. The whistles continue to blare, and that means there's a path for either team. Ton of time left.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardians at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardians can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardians and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardians may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired, and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardians. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardians is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
What are we doing today, Coach?
So, today, we're going to work on our checking on...
Sorry, I heard checking.
I meant checking on how we can help save our customers money on their car insurance.
always wanted to do that.
Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
57-44, Bradley, Spider-Man on hand. Coming this March, watch these teams and the rest of the Missouri Valley Conference compete for a bid to the Big Dance. Catch semifinal action on CBS Sports Network March 8th. The title game on CBS March 9th. Get ready for Arch Madness, the Missouri Valley Conference tournament presented by State Farm. Well, Drake was given a mighty scare earlier tonight. Had to go to overtime against Indiana State. Had allowed the last 8 points of regulation, but got the win. Northern Iowa victorious. They had a tight one with Southern Illinois, so Bradley needs to win to keep up with UNI.
Yeah, UNI, one of the best defensive teams in the conference. And how about Drake under Coach McCollum, coming from the D2 ranks. Bennett Sturts, probably going to be the player of the year, who came along with them, and it's an incredible season, and in my opinion, a team that could definitely earn an at-large berth.
Keep in mind the top 4 teams get a bye. That's a big deal. Until Valpo a few years ago, playing on Thursday and even getting to the title game on Sunday, incredibly difficult. Comer. Posado still on the bench, picked up his 4th foul at the 18:33 mark. Comer, Euro. Misses. Good wraparound. Johnson to Hannah. Driving on Turnbull was in foul trouble. Nice look underneath and a foul on Tesh. It'll be his second.
Put so much pressure on your defense when you have a 4-man in Hannah that feels comfortable playing on the perimeter and can play make. See it again. I mean, not a lot of guys in the Valley at 6'10" can make that type of pass. As Thomas had his man sealed.
I love how Brian Wardle has put it to us in the past. He calls Darius Hannah's career a throwback career. He jokes that when he was dropped off at Marquette by his parents at 17 years old, his dad said, get the coach to know your name as a freshman. Maybe you can get in the rotation as a sophomore. And that's what Hannah has, to some extent, had to do. He had to build his way up into this vital role.
He was a guy his first couple years, I don't think, had a three-pointer. Has developed his game year by year to become one of the better players in this league.
Cuff. Hughes out of the corner. Turnbull tip. And it's won by Johnson. Montgomery. Stepping back, the long 2. Not true. Aces have it.
Good job of Cuff blocking out Thomas on the switch.
Comer, explosive take, draws the foul.
Comer's been able to get in there pretty much at will. It's just been a matter of him finishing. Was able to draw the foul on that one, but a couple possessions earlier got in there for a floater. And again, and mentioned in the first half, I think he could add to his game with his size. If he has smaller defenders, to be able to bump off and shoot a mid-range as he knocks down the first.
Well, that last foul went to Davis. This is the foul concern on each side. It's now 5 fouls this half on Bradley, 4 on Evansville. And there's a lot of time left, Trey. So there is ample opportunity for Evansville to stop the clock and cut into the deficit. And Comer first cross paths with his now head coach David Ragland, recruited in high school when Ragland was at Butler. He hails from Indianapolis. Wound up at Eastern Kentucky, where he was a solid player, good contributor, all freshman performer in the A-Sun. But at a new level, now finally playing under Ragland. Turnbull got a hand on that. Tesh gets hit and fouled. That'll go on Birch. That'll be 6 on Bradley. That means bonus for the Purple Aces rest of the way.
To your point on Comer, as we see again, this is great play. Turnbull getting his hand on that ball as Birch came off to shoot the mid-range. But Comer, we saw him about an hour before shoot around, getting work in with an assistant coach, working on game shots, pull-up threes. So all those shots that he shoots and makes, he works on a regular basis.
Turnbull, great look to Hughes. Hannah tries to push him out. Hughes, tough shot. Thomas. Dean snaps it off to Johnson. Extra give to Hanna. Quick load for three. Got it. He was 1 for 10 in his career from three entering the year. He's at 37%. He is a shooter this season. Cuff, the spin, and walk.
Basket is good.
This is Bradley basketball, pushing that thing in transition, get the ball reversal, make the extra pass. And how about the answer for Evansville? Good job of Cuff, playing through contact, using the shot fake to get Davis in the air and finish with the and one.
Free throws there. Pizzotto was ready to sub in. He picked up his 4th foul at the 18:30 mark. And he goes to the table. Do you like this with 9:40 to go?
Yeah, it's winning time. I mean, you got to trust one of your best guys to be disciplined. And if he does pick up that 5th one, it's next man up.
Dean gets it across. Double comes. Davis opposite. Hanna will slow it up. Now, that last foul went to Davis as his 3rd. There are 5 Bradley Braves with 3 or more fouls. There's a lot of time. Hanna kick. Davis snaps it out. Dean steps into it. In and out. Johnson, what a follow. Tip. Cuff. And then a foul. That'll be number 4 on Davis. And it's 1-1 the other end.
It's the worst thing if you're Bradley is pick up fouls 94 feet away from your basket. If you're Davis, you got to understand that you have 3. Your team needs you in the game. It's not worth going for that steal. Now you stop the clock, get Cuff to the free throw line.
Cuff just 62% on the year, 1-1. Team has missed 5 of 17 at the line before this trip. Atlason is back in. Hanna's getting a breather. Birch is back with Johnson on the bench. There is the mounting foul concern. Still nothing like what UMass and Fordham did in that triple overtime game. This is the first basketball buzz this game has had in a while with the home fans. Davis. Birch. Turnbull with him, the shot blocker, 8 to shoot. The most static possession we've seen in a while. Dean on high, hits heel. Thomas wins it. Davis corner, Birch, great up fake. Dean steps into it. Got it.
Man, it's the 2nd time that Duke Dean Evansville's made a run as we see the foul on Birch. He's kind of hit a dagger to stop the bleeding. It's a tough shot. I mean, Comer's there with the hand up, and Duke Dean standing at about 5'8". He gets so much elevation on his jump shot that it makes up for some of the height lost, and he's able to shoot right over the top of Comer on that one.
Last foul to Birch, his 3rd. So they have 6 men with 3 or more. And Comer, who lives at the line, a good free throw shooter, helps to knife into this deficit. You know, to your point, Brian Wardle, who's been on the sidelines for Bradley for a decade, said that Duke Dean is the best leader that he has coached.
Yeah.
Here's Dean flying up the floor. Evansville has not had a real run where they've been back in it. Every time they creep just close enough, the bucket comes. Thomas. They do it again. Cuff and Atlason were tied up. Cuff got sent to the deck.
Thomas, over his last 3 games, only had 5 points, 2 of 7 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3. Able to knock that one in.
Pizzotto, extra pass to Tash. He gets fouled.
It's a luxury when you have a 6'10 guy that can step out and shoot threes from the perimeter. Every time Evansville makes a run, Bradley answers.
Why do 80% of NFL players choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Because the higher my sleep IQ score, the better I play. But that's not the only reason.
He likes his side firm. I like my side soft.
Sleep Number does that. Effortless comfort all night. So sleeping on a smart bed is why you can play like this?
Yeah, because I also like to sleep cool.
And I like to sleep even cooler.
And I really like it when we both get what we want.
Sleep Number does that. Introducing the new Sleep Number Climate Cool smart bed. Sleep up to 15 degrees cooler on each side. Visit a Sleep Number store near you.
What are we doing today, Coach?
So, today, we're going to work on our checking on...
Oh. Sorry, I heard checking.
A bit of a misunderstanding.
I meant checking on how we can help save our customers money on their car insurance.
And whether they need car, home, boat, or pet coverage.
Precisely. Now, let's go again. Susan?
Always wanted to do that.
My turn. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
Best day of training so far.
How's your elbow?
It's killing me.
Old Trapper Beefs. Energy emergency. Old Trapper. What's your beef?
Where are you headed?
Where am I headed? Am I just gonna take what the market gives me? No, I can do some research.
You know, that's backed by JP Morgan's leading strategists, like us.
When you want to invest with more confidence, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Fresh Pet. Bradley still cruising here in Evansville. Time to tick on this clock. Tomorrow, catch women's college hoops, a double dip starting at noon Eastern. Paige Beckers and number 5 UConn take on Providence, a Big East battle. Then Duquesne hosts Richmond at 2, right here on CBS Sports Network. Now, Beckers has said that she plans to go pro after this year, playing at a high level for the Huskies.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people talk about Caitlin Clark. She's as smooth as they come. She's a great all-around player. Went through a lot of adversity in her career, back-to-back knee injuries, but still has continued to have a great career at UConn and going to be the #1 pick probably come this spring in the WNBA draft.
Point guard that can score, much like Duke Dean with Bradley. But shots coming here for Evansville at the line. And if Evansville is going to make this a game down the stretch, they're probably going to have to live there a lot for David Raggi.
It's going to be a healthy diet of cuff post-ups, high ball screens for Comer, and let those guys make plays. And as good as Buzzato's been all year long, he's kind of been a beneficiary of those two specifically. He gets a lot of his points in transition, playing off the catch, attacking closeouts.
In and out, Comer tied for the team at game lead with 15 points. And Evansville has left its share of points at the line, dead last in the Valley in free throw shooting. By volume, second worst by percentage. Atlason, lead for Dean, floats it up. It's heel Comer. Head to Pizzato. He's got one bucket on the game. Bumped by Birch on the Euro. Coughs it up. Out of bounds. He thought he got fouled.
I did too. See it again there. I don't think Birch, I mean, he is vertical, but he's not in position, in my opinion. And I thought there was contact there, even though it was initiated by Pizzato, where it should have been a foul.
This game has 40 fouls, by the way. Atlason off target. Turnbull able to box and board. Pizzato spacing the floor. He lurks left corner, and Comer gets hit in the paint. Blocking foul. And it's double bonus with still 6:56 to go.
The high basketball IQ play there from Comer is understanding the double bonus situation. You're in transition, see a defender in front of you, no help side, put the pressure on the defense, go straight at the defender and force contact and get yourself 2 free points.
Foul to Birch is his 4th, so he is the 3rd Brave with 4. Comer now has a game-high 16 points. David Ragland's team won 5 games in year 1, just 1 in conference play. Won 17 games last year. Went to a national postseason, won 6 in conference play. They're looking for their winningest conference campaign in 4 years with still a month to go on the campaign. But Bradley has owned this game. Evansville has not had an advantage all night. Hannah picks it up in an awkward spot, forced to throw it out of bounds. This is the mounting foul concern.
That's tough. Bradley, 3 guys with 4 fouls.
Pizzato has not really been in the offense tonight. Not just his time on the bench, but he only has 1 bucket in the game. Hughes off the fake, gets closer, and he draws a foul.
It's a good play there from Hughes. I mean, could have easily settled for the 3. Again, understanding that Bradley's in the double bonus. Attack downhill. Utilize your size, go up there strong off of 2 feet, and draw the foul.
Now, Hughes is one of the stronger free throw shooters on a team that's weak at the line, and he misses. They are 19 of 26. And foul, by the way, charged to Hannah is his first.
I think if you're Bradley, because of this foul trouble, make the Aces finish over the top. I mean, you don't always have to attack the ball as it's coming towards you, especially if you're the backside big man.
Johnson to Hannah. Pizzato has to play soft with 4 fouls, and Hannah explodes for the dunk.
Now Bradley's going to get in the zone because of their own foul trouble issues. 1-3-1 look.
Pizzato splits the defenders. What a hang, unable to hit. Davis snaps to Dean, backs it out. Part of the chatter in the shoot-around today for Bradley was to constantly be shot ready.
Yep.
Catch and shoot. Atlason screen, Dean on high. Turnbull.
Every one of his misses has been in and out.
Comer fouled. Now, Turnbull's got his first double-double of the year with 15 and 10.
Yeah, Pizzato with those 4 fouls. I mean, you got to give a little bit of something as Hannah's coming off of that thing. But to your point, John, it was a great attack, being ready to catch and shoot or catch and drive, just being assertive and decisive offensively. And Hannah was just that.
They've charged this foul on Davis, which means he is fouled out. They originally announced it as on Johnson as his 4th, but Davis has to leave the game, right? There he goes.
Yeah.
Okay. So Davis is done. Or no, now they're going to change it to Atlason. Can we confirm this? So they first showed Johnson, then they showed Davis. Now they're showing Atlason.
Ooh.
Johnson runs the show. Dean racing to that left corner.
That middle's wide open.
Comer.
One of the things that the zone does, it puts guys that aren't normally playmakers in positions to play make. And Thomas turned it over, and Comer did the rest, finishing down there. Now we got ourselves the ball game here in Evansville.
Montgomery, no. Cup. Well, Davis is at the table to sub back in, so it looks definitively like that last foul was not on him. So he would be fouled out. Turnbull disrupted by Thomas. Floats it up and in. He was shocked. Nobody collapsed. Timeout Evansville. From down 21, it's a 10-2 run to make it a 6-point game.
We got Comer playing a little bit of bully ball, getting downhill, finishing with the left. And Turnbull, as you mentioned, John, surprised to get that ball back with the touch. And we got ourselves one here at Evansville.
Paige Beckers looks to continue Big East dominance as the Huskies enter Friar territory on CBS Sports Network.
Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Introducing Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact.
It is so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Strengthen and tone your legs, increase your mobility, flexibility, and balance. Plus, stimulate healthy circulation.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better. It makes me feel stronger too.
Perfect for home therapy. Whisper quiet to use while you work.
My circulation is moving, I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. Call and get upgraded to the Deluxe Bundle. Get the faster motor for 5 miles of steps per hour, the step counter, the sport mat, and wireless remote. Call now.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on DealDash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Our AT&T game summary, what stands out to you?
Well, I think it's the free throw disparity, especially in the second half. I mean, you look at the free throws for Evansville, 14 of 16 in the second half, 22 of 29 in the game, and 16 of 23. Duke Dino has kept them at bay, knocking down some crucial triples as Evansville was getting back into the game. Great to see him getting his rhythm on the offensive end, the preseason player of the year in the Valley.
While he has been able often to hit shots to push away the run, there has not been a run all game like the one currently engineered by Evansville. Bradley has owned the game, has not known a deficit, has led for almost 35 minutes. There's 4:05 to go in the second half, and yet this 10-2 run has whittled what was 21-6.
And I think for Bradley, what they have to figure out is Evansville is pretty much leaving the middle of the floor, the free throw line and area wide open, and they got to get a playmaker, somebody that's comfortable. But now, smartly, Coach Ragland goes to a man to switch it up.
How much might they go at Pizzato playing with 4 fouls? He's matched up with Davis in that left corner. The loudest the crowd's been. Dean on high. No. Turnbull. Comer has been driving regularly and getting to the line in bunches.
I would have liked to see a drag on that one.
Pizzato. Shield and miss. Turnbull. And a whistle. And Pizzato is slow to get up.
Pizzato, good attack downhill, a little bit of contact. Now unable to finish, and he's really struggled to finish over the size and girth of Bradley. Their front court, mostly upperclassmen. And as good as Pizzato is, still a freshman. It's a lot of weight to put on.
And they're going to go to the monitor here. So this was called a foul, we believe, on Darius Hannah, yes, as his second. Was there anything more? As you could see some politicking, it looked like, from the Evansville bench. And DJ Ballantyne, who is still their all-time leading scorer, nearly 2,500 points. He seemed to want them to take a look. Was it in the swing down idea? Oh, confirming about the shooter here. Yeah, that's what it's about. So it's going to be Turnbull at the line, because the foul was called in contact that hit him. 72% on the year, 5 of 7 tonight, a career night. His highest point total, his first double-double of the year, and he rattles it in to make it 5. Bradley has not scored in almost 3 minutes. It's a 7-0 Evansville run. In and out. Bradley scores almost 80 points a game. Now the Braves need some buckets. Montgomery able to bully his way to a score.
That's just one-on-one. Christian Davis slipped out of there, and Zeke Montgomery did a good job of attacking Cuff in a one-on-one situation.
Hughes loading up. Knocks it down.
Looks like they might go back to the same set unless Evansville's in the zone.
Hannah. Montgomery facing. Fouled by Cuff. That'll be his first. Team's 5th.
Cuff does such a good job being patient in the middle of that zone and finding the open man in Hughes. And for Bradley, when Evansville goes to that zone, it's all about who's going to be in the middle. And that one, the ball is in Zeke Montgomery's hand. He was able to draw the foul.
Dean, defended by Comer. Davis, Pizzato over the top. Davis falling away. Tough shot.
It's exactly what you want if you're the Aces. I mean, a fadeaway jump shot from a guy that's mostly a catch-and-shoot player. Great play from Davis.
Turnbull screen, Comer. Pizzato loses handle, out of bounds. It'll be Evansville ball.
There's a switch on the pick and roll. And Hughes doesn't come out to provide some resistance, and Davis attacks and is able to spin over the top.
Dean fell down. Comer up fake. He drives inside. Turnbull follow. Timer was about to expire. 4-point game. 2 minutes left.
The Aces in the zone again.
Jonovich ready to sub. Dean, Davis, extra pass. Hannah! Oh, that was beautiful.
Challenging the shot blocker in Turnbull. Good ball movement and the authority with the finish.
Cuff for 3. Short. Great box by Atlas, and Dean's got it. Jonovich back to the bench. They can play keep away and milk some clock. Montgomery with 12. Makes it. Aggressive drive. And they're going to go to the table. For those of you tuning in for San Diego State, Colorado State, you can find it streaming free on the CBS Sports app or at cbssports.com/CBSSN. As soon as it tips off, of course, we'll get you out there immediately when this game wraps up. I think they're looking at time here. John St. Clair seemed to point to his wrist. He wanted to check the clock.
This take from Comer, splitting the defense. Turnbull having a career game to tip in, and then, man. And then Montgomery attacking the mismatch against Cuff. Second time they ran that set, 2 for 2. So I would imagine if Evansville does score here quickly and they don't elect a foul, Bradley will run that same set.
They added 2.5 seconds. Pizzato feels due. He's hit 1 bucket all night, a 2. Comer stepping back. That was short, might have been grazed. Out of bounds went Davis. Evansville ball. Cuff on the trigger. And they're talking it over. Brian Wardle is not happy. He is convinced, seemingly, that they should not have lost possession there. Lob entry. Comer. Pizzato. Knocked free by Dean. Comer just stays inside of midcourt. Cuff. Kick to Hughes. Barely held the pivot. Somehow finds hot potato. 5 to shoot. Turnbull has to put it up. Shorts. Atlason able to shield. Playground save. Dean, he was out of bounds. It's Evansville ball again.
Man, that was effort from Duke Dean. I mean, how about the defensive possession, forcing a tough shot at the end of the shot clock, loose ball, and how about your veteran leader getting on the floor, trying to secure the win.
Now remember, it's not bonus yet. 5 fouls in Evansville, so get a score. You got to foul quick if you want to be able to create foul shots. Comer falling away, got it.
Comer. Timeout,
Evansville. 6-point game, timeout Evansville. We'll take one for 30 as well.
Okay, I'll only be gone a couple days, Rumi.
Yay.
I put all the important contact info on the fridge.
That's all USAA.
So you can enjoy that sweet, sweet USAA service while I'm gone.
I know how to get in touch with USAA. I can file a claim or chat right in the app.
Good idea. I should add that.
USAA, auto, home, life, and bank.
The San Diego State-Colorado State game is underway, now available, streaming free on the CBS Sports app or at cbssports.com/CBSSN. We'll get you out there as soon as this one is over. It's Bradley Ball out of Evansville's call timeout, 20.7 seconds, 6-point game, only 5 fouls on the Purple Aces. What do you do?
I think you try to get one good trap, be aggressive, and if they break it, then you got to foul.
Entry to Dean, tipped by Cuff. And a whistle sending the ball the other way. Cuff fell down on Dean, who was not happy about it.
Good play from Cuff.
And they're going to the monitors here. Did you see anything excessive or egregious?
I think Duke Dean just didn't realize that Cuff happened to land in his area and didn't understand the context of how he got to where he did.
In a game that's been a foul fest, a lot of whistles in the game. He gets a little tied up there with Montgomery. He's off balance.
Yeah, I mean, Cuff just falls in natural position.
Play on, right?
Definitely play on, without a doubt.
So if anything, this is acting like an extra de facto timeout from Evansville down 6. Right. They don't have to burn another one and they can talk more.
Right.
I remember.
Duke Dean did make a mistake there. I mean, as soon as he caught that ball, he went straight into the air and put himself in harm's way to get a loose ball.
One of Bradley's big weaknesses on the year has been turning it over. They've held that in check. That was one of your keys. Only 8 turnovers so far, but these are the final 18 seconds trying to preserve a 2-possession lead.
Assuming that Bradley's able to get the ball in, chin it, be strong with it, and try to get the ball not into the coffin corners and get that ball into the middle and knock down their free throws. They're going to walk away here snapping a 3-game losing streak.
If you're thinking about who to foul, by the way, depending upon which 5 come out of the floor, almost everyone shoots free throws well. The biggest liability that's played a lot today is Atlason. He's still in the low 60s. Anna's at 71%. And pretty much everyone else is above average to great.
Coach Worley's putting his best free throw shooters in the game right now. That was sitting on the bench.
So they added 9/10 of a second to the clock. It goes to 18.9. Montgomery doubled. And now the foul comes on Davis, who is an 83% free throw shooter. He is probably the guy you would not want to foul in a shot situation. They're still just at 6. 1 and 1 will come on the next one. Davis is fouled out. Oh, they gave it, excuse me. Pizzato with his 5th has fouled out. It looks like Tesh will take his spot. That's life as a freshman, though, right? He's been great for the last 4 games, and today 1 of 8, 6 points. A game marred by foul issue.
And struggling to finish at the rim.
That was stolen and a foul. Cuff thought he had a clean pick and a whistle.
That looked like all ball. I mean, the ref had the best angle to see. We'll see it again here. He got wrist. He got wrist.
So now Johnson to the line, and he has hit 23 consecutive free throws. He hasn't missed since the 11th of January at UIC.
No announcers jink either.
They don't exist, right? The only one that exists is if you talk about how fast the game is going. That one's real. All the others are total baloney. Oh, and he missed. After he already made it a 3-possession game. Cuff for 3, got it, 6.5. Now the final timeout called by Evansville, but still down 2 possessions here with 6.5.
I told you, you can't say that in an ad.
What if we said it through interpretive dance?
No.
Got it.
What should we do?
I'm going to CashNetUSA.com. I can apply in minutes, and if approved, we can have the money as soon as the same business day.
Go to CashNetUSA.com to apply for the money you need.
4-point game, 6.5 seconds. Evansville now has no timeouts. Bradley has the ball. Evansville has the arrow, and there's still the 1-and-1 situation. And Trey, if there were a turnover, we have seen a huge spike in 4-point plays with the focus on the cylinder for the shooter in college basketball.
100%. I mean, if you force a turnover, get a quick layup underneath your own basket, I mean, anything could happen. I mean, we've seen incredible things this year throughout the college basketball landscape. So this game's definitely not over.
6.5 seconds. Davis to trigger, length of the floor. Tesh fronts. They subbed in Kaya Berridge. There's a shooter with length. Cuff fell down, and then gives the foul on Dean, who then is upset about the contact. I mean, he wants it intentional. Come on, man. It's college basketball, right? He's got to foul him.
Yeah, and he was, again, Dean has his back to what actually happened. Second time that's happened with him and Cuff. Cuff is falling to the ground, so he has to try to make some sort of contact.
Career year, 85% at the line. 1-1. Hits. And Brian Wardle knows now 5.6 seconds. This math is very much in his favor. Got them both. Dean with an outstanding game. He's got 16 to lead the squad. 5 boards, 4 dimes. They roll entry. Comer. 3 seconds. Puts it up. 80-74. Bradley holds on. A 21-point lead was cut down dramatically in the late stage, but the losing streak is over at 3, and Bradley remains in second place.
Yeah, huge win for the Braves, snapping that 3-game losing streak. They got it done with the intensity, attention to detail on the defensive end to start the game. Evansville made the run the second half, but great performance from the Braves.
Final score, once again, 80-74. Bradley, that's Evansville. San Diego State, Colorado State is next. For Trey Demps and our crew, I'm John Sadak. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. To Rich Waltz and Mike O'Donnell, Mountain West Style.
When you're the official vehicles of winter, you can